While many kids are back in their classrooms, plenty of others now simply flip open their computers or head off in some other direction to start their day of homeschooling. Mary Baxter covers the southwestern part of the province for Ontario Hubs. She joins us now from London for a sense of how kids and parents are getting the homeschool up and running. Welcome to the show, Mary.
It's good to be here, JN.
Now, you've written a piece on tvo.org about homeschooling, and the agenda next week will be delving into this. But I want to get us started on the difference between homeschooling and online learning, because there is some differences there.
Yes, and actually, the fact that people don't know there's a difference right now has caused some confusion in the whole homeschooling community. When we talk about homeschool, in kind of the traditional sense, it's children who are taken out of school, not only out of the classroom, but also often out of the curriculum, the Ontario school curriculum. And it's essentially known as parent-led learning, versus what we're seeing now with many schools is that they're offering online alternatives to classes at home for kids to work on. But it's still school. It's a virtual classroom. That's the basic difference.
Now, doctors and mental health experts are advising traditional classroom settings are important for kids both for routine and socialization. How can homeschooling accomplish that?
Well, again, this is the interesting part of homeschooling in the homeschooling in the traditional sense is that it's fallen under a lot of criticism because people think, oh, where are the social opportunities, the opportunities for kids to acquire those kinds of skills? But several of the homeschooler parents that I spoke to talk about how they have Facebook groups where they trade off ideas and also arrange to go on outings with each other and with the family. So kids get an opportunity to socialize with other kids right up through the age range as well. And then, of course, learning is not something that just happens at the home. They're also doing things like going out to museums. They might be taking trips to places that might make a unique product, for instance, maybe a farm that has a special kind of crop that they can find out about. Or going on road trips to other communities to find out about them.
I'm curious, has the pandemic maybe changed the plans for some of these outings, which, for students who are normally homeschooling, does that add a little challenge there as well?
Yeah, it certainly does this year. I'm hearing about that. Homeschoolers, of course, the parents are all volunteers. They're not paid like teachers. And it's sometimes very hard for them to juggle their schedules to figure out how can they get all of those safety components into place to get together and to meet. And in many cases, they're doing things like they're paring down their meetings, making events simpler and trying to incorporate those precautions. But they're all quite concerned about the COVID this year and how to keep everybody safe.
Do we have a sense at all of how many families and parents are opting for homeschooling in the province?
Uh, this is a challenge to answer this question. I did speak to a number of homeschooling groups. They're all seeing their memberships increase. One person who operates a number of websites says on one of the websites they're seeing over the summer, they've seen membership increase, maybe 7 or 8 people a day kind of thing. But when I asked the province, the Ministry of Education, if they could give me an idea, they won't have all of the numbers in until mid-year. I've heard from People for Education organization, they estimate it's somewhere between 20 to 30% of all kids learning from home. And also with local school boards, they're seeing percentages somewhere around 15%. But then, of course, only a portion of those would be doing traditional homeschooling.
I want to talk a little bit about the at-home curriculum a little bit. How do parents decide what and how to teach certain lessons, whether it's math, English, or geography, for example?
Well, that's the interesting thing is we think about them as being lessons and as
Mhm.
kind of codified. And this comes from the Ontario curriculum, of course, or from curriculums in general and public schooling. But again, they have many different kinds of approaches that they can choose from. So some parents might work with what their child's interests are. Other parents might work on kind of building hands on skills. They might seek a curriculum. They might even work a bit with the Ontario curriculum, or they might work with another form of curriculum, a Canadian curriculum, for instance. So there's several choices out there for parents.
Now, I'm curious, for some parents that you spoke to, this is a temporary solution as, we are still in a pandemic. What happens when students rejoin school? Because as we know, students will have at certain points in the school years opportunities to go back. What happens when they do? Will they be behind? Will they be ahead? How does it work?
Well, that's what happens is that they would be assessed to determine what level they're at, and then put into that level. There's some challenges for students. I also spoke to veteran homeschoolers, and they were telling me that they might do something like homeschool their kids up to high school, for instance, and kids would go back then. For graduation, they tell me that going in kind of the year before graduation is better because sometimes certain classes have prerequisites. If they're looking at going to, college, they may look at taking a special placement exam to determine if they have everything that they need to qualify for admittance.
Mary, I want to thank you so much. It's Mary Baxter, our Ontario Hub journalist covering Southwestern Ontario. And of course, we'll be continuing this conversation about homeschooling next week on the agenda. Thank you again.
Thanks, Jayanne.
The Agenda with Steve Paikin is brought to you by the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario. CPA Ontario is a regulator, an educator, a thought leader, and an advocate. We protect the public. We advance our profession. We guide our CPAs. We are CPA Ontario. And by viewers like you. Thank you.